Step up in the club, I got the heels up on my feet. You better watch my rap and down while I'm jugging on the beat. The swag I got was killing it. You got up in the streets and vocals do not mean a thing if you can drop it on the beat. My name don't need no introduction, just know that I am. Put some respect on that cocaine, while I'm in this business. Step up in the club, I got the heels up on my feet. You better watch my rap and down while I'm jugging on the beat. The swag I got was killing it. You got up in the streets and vocals do not mean a thing if you can drop it on the beat. My name don't need no introduction, just know that I am. Put some respect on that cocaine, while I'm in this thing. My time is money, so if you don't talk, you better make it quick. I'm coming for your head, give me my spinal, I'ma take that shit. I'm a boss, I'm a boss. Walk up in the room, do a boss. I get boss checks, I get boss rich. Get the money fast and I spend it quick. I'm a boss, I'm a boss. Walk up in the room, do a boss. I get boss checks, I get boss rich. Y'all do what y'all can, and I do what I want. Y'all do what y'all can, and I do what I want. Y'all do what y'all can, and I do what I want. Never been the type of chick to clear a room or up. I let them just talking niggas who it never gave a fuck. I draw my son and then I pick my money up, and that's why what is that it doesn't do, don't switch my money up. I never sold out, I switched up in a real since day one. If it say they
Hey, guess what, guys? Hey, go Shawty. It's my birthday, but I ain't really gonna party like it's my birthday until later this week. But guess what? I have the pleasure of spending my 35th birthday with a spectacular young lady. She is beautiful externally and even more beautiful internally. The most beautiful thing about her is her talent, her personality, and her spirit. And without further ado, Brave Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. And thank you for spending some time with me on my birthday.
Girl, I feel the love through the screen. I wish I
Yes.
could.
Tell everybody who you are, Brave.
I am a singer, songwriter, actress, fitness guru, entrepreneur, woman.
Oh, all of that.
All of that.
Oh my gosh. So first and foremost, shout out to you for hailing from Baltimore. It's so funny. When I found out you were Baltimore, I said, hold up. Let me call Queen B of the DMV and let me check in. And I feel like I know you. I feel like I know you. I've heard nothing but spectacular things about you, and I am so elated to have you here today. I'm so elated. But this is about you, and it's about this new single, and it's about you and your contribution to the world. So just talk to us. Tell us what Brave has going on.
Yes, so thank you for that beautiful introduction, number one. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. But ultimately, yes, I am here because I started my own label, Brave New Worlds, and I just did an amazing partnership with Universal. And this new project that I am putting out, this is the first, one of the first releases that is off of it. It's called Don't Tell Me No. It's a ballad. It's a song of vulnerability, of honesty, of just, I felt like it was the perfect song during this time, being that, you know, everything that's going on, the social climate, political climate, the social injustices. I just feel like I wanted to remind people about love. Like, it's okay. Give yourself permission to have the freedom to love, despite if you've experienced disappointments or heartaches. So to me, this song really represented that, and I can't wait for people to hear it.
Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give them a snippet because
Okay.
my EP and myself were listening to it, and I had to run it back 3 times. So
Oh,
let's give them just a little taste of it, just a little taste.
I know you wanna wait. Know you've had your heart broken before. This is a safe place you can be sure. And everything you need and so much more. So much more. I'm selfish. I don't wanna share none of your love when it comes to you. Baby, don't tell me no.
Y'all can't have it. If you want it, let's run the streams up. That's what we're doing. Baby,
yes,
don't
sis.
tell me. Hello, somebody. That
Don't
was
tell
all I
me.
needed. Let me tell you what I love. Girl, when I heard that drop,
Shout
what?
out to the production team. Shout out to Ivan Barrios. He's an amazing producer out of Philly. He's responsible for so many talented artists like Music Soul Child. All the songs that we love and grew up on, Ivan produced those, and he's the one that produced this track. Shout out to Brittany Barber and Typewriter. They're out of Philly as well. Well, Typewriter is, Brittany's in LA, but they helped co-wrote it. And I'm just happy that it came out, that you could feel the vulnerability, because it's a plea. It's like, I love me. I want to love you. Don't tell me no. I don't want to hear no.
Yeah. Brave. Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm glad that we talked about the music first. But wait a minute, we got to run it back. Because what I need for you to tell me about, what was it like being a part of the TLC biopic?
That was fun. I mean, a lot of these projects that I'm doing, it's always a learning process, right? As an actress, picking, selecting roles, or even auditioning for roles that might be out of your comfort zone. So for me, just the cast, it was great. I literally just wrapped a movie last night. We've been filming for 3 weeks.
I heard. See, I got the exclusive, but I wanted you to talk about it as just a little bit that you
just
can.
a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could give more detail. What I can say is that you can hashtag TCL and just kind of see what pops up. But it's a fun movie. I love the role. I'm one of the principal cast in it, and I just can't wait for people to see that. But that's all the more reason why y'all have to follow me, so that when I do get the dates and the network that it's coming out on, you'll be the first to know.
Absolutely. And you better connect with her. I'm going to put your social media information up towards the end of our conversation.
Perfect.
When you were preparing, because obviously you have a beautiful voice. Ooh, that's sultry. Girl, yes.
Thank you.
But when you're preparing to get into character, you already seem very upbeat, very outgoing. So with some of the roles you've been, especially with the biopic, a bit more reserved. What was your creative process for preparing for those roles?
Well, it's funny because there's a film that I'm in that's airing right now on Netflix called Love.com. That's my first leading film. So even a film like that, where the character, you just find the nuances. You study the character and you find the nuances that you can relate to. And then you just block everything out, because as a creative person, I'm sure you can relate to this. We can overthink something, think ourselves out of something before it even started, then underthink. So like it's a lot of stuff that goes on in our minds. So in terms of preparation, it's just really just praying for clarity and being transparent, so that you can really just dive in and find those things that you're willing to expose and freely expose, because it's art.
Girl, look, a woman after my own heart. That is always my prayer, for clarity and revelation. So that is beautiful. That is just beautiful. So let's go back. What was Brave like as a little girl?
I was very quiet. I still am. I am. It's funny because I do love people. I am a people person. That's why I'm trying to get used to this whole virtual thing. Because if we were in the same room together, girl, could you imagine? But as a little girl, I stayed to myself. I did a lot of writing. I was always doing poetry, always doing spoken word. When my sisters were outside playing, I was the one sitting in the corner by myself with my composition book and just writing stories and novels and poems.
Wow, cool. So that means you were a good English student. Oh,
That was my favorite subject. Yes, I thought I was gonna be a
cool.
girl.
Okay.
That's
You
what I
know,
thought.
it's so funny. I love school. Period. I'm a nerd. All my friends know that. But I love math and science. That was my favorite thing. Math and science. I was really weird, but I was into the sciences, so it's kind of cool. But anyway, so Brave, what's next though? You're an actress, you're a model, you're a songstress, but the fitness component. Now, how did that figure in or factor in?
Honestly, it came about when I was on tour. I was doing a lot of promo for my last project, Fearless, and I noticed just I interact with people, and a lot of the stories that I was hearing, just being out in different parts of the country, were a lot just from women who felt like they were either depressed or their depression came from outside sources, whether they didn't like their job or they didn't like their husband or their boy or whatever it was. And
Okay.
I just kept seeing a common fabric where it was like, well, what are you doing for yourself to bring that power out, to make you feel at whole without the outside circumstances? And it was always underlying, it always went back to working out or the lack thereof. So I went back to school to become certified and licensed in sports and science so that I could really understand the science behind transforming people's bodies. And then I started my fitness business and I love it. There's nothing like taking my sister and transforming not just even physically, but just the confidence. And I love it. I'm actually one of the ambassadors for Steve and Marjorie Harvey, their Girls Who Rule the World campaign. And it's 200 girls from ages of 6 to 14 that get together, and I train them and we talk about mental health. And, it's my give back, but it's something that I truly love to do.
Absolutely Brave. Oh my goodness. I told you guys, you already knew what time it was. When you come on this consulting time, you're always going to get energy. You're always going to meet new people. But the thing about Brave is you're meeting such a humble spirit and she loves what she's doing. It's not just about her music. It's not just about her being a public figure. She wants to truly transform lives, even through fitness, but not just through physical fitness, spiritual and mental fitness. So guys, you have to connect with her on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. But Brave, what would your final thoughts be for individuals who are trying to maneuver through the industry and in the industry?
You have to always be a student. You can't ever feel like you've got it, like you've learned enough, you know enough. Every day you should be practicing, learning, just investing into yourself. This whole business it's a self-investment. And sometimes it can feel depleting. So it's important to have good people around you that are either smarter than you, that can pull you up when you're falling short. I always say that there's power in numbers. Find people that have your same vision, that are in alignment with what you're trying to do, and then leave the rest up to God. But you have to do the work. Don't just sit back and pray and be like, God, make it happen, and then wait. It's like, nah, God, make it happen. Watch me help you make it happen, because I'm going to help myself. But and real quick, I do want to say that if you do have an idea, whether it's a business acquisition, whether you want to write curriculums for schools, but you just haven't taken the time to sit down and write it out, whether you're a chef, whatever it is, whatever that idea is, these moments are fleeting. So it's important for you that when you have that idea, to literally owe it to yourself, to discipline yourself enough to start it, whether it's just writing it out, because trust and believe, just like these moments are fleeting, someone else. Has that ever happened to you where you have an idea, then 2 years later you see like somebody opened up the business or someone wrote the book that
all the time. And that's why I created this. because
Right.
I felt like if I didn't come up with a platform that doesn't go back and research your negatives to talk about you, because think about it, we, especially as Black women, we quick to jump on the negatives
Right.
about other Black women.
Yeah.
But what about a platform where you literally can come as a public figure, but
Yeah.
treat it as your wholesome, natural self and talk about yourself as a child and talk about your favorite subject in school? You know what I'm saying? Brave, but let me say this. I already know that you're just right here and you're on your way up here because you know where your health and strength comes from. And I love the fact that you let the people know, because baby, I let them know too. In the midst of whatever, I'll be in the midst of the club, but you gonna already know what time it is with me. So Brave, thank you for who you are. Thank you for embracing whose you are. And thank you for the lives you have transformed, you are transforming, and that you will transform in the days to come.
Oh, thank you, sis. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Your
Absolutely.
light shines through the screen. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm ready for the movie. Love.com, guys. Go to Netflix. I'm going to watch it. See, for me, I'm going to be up to 1 o'clock in the morning again, like I was with In the Dark. But go to Netflix, guys. Look at love.com. And please, everybody, make sure you Google her, you follow her on every social media platform, and let's run the streams up. Brave Williams, we bid you Godspeed. Have a wonderful evening, baby.
Thank you, sis. You too. Bye.
Guys, that was Brave Williams, and she is so beautiful and so wonderful. And I thank her so much for rocking it out with me on my 35th birthday. And I'm so glad you guys are here too. But guess what? Don't go too far, because in a few minutes, we're coming back with a little bit of energy. So get a sip of water, and we'll be back in a minute.